Toni Storm wrestled some girl that found a place to buy tights, and Toni won the match by doing Deonna Purrazzo's move, right? So one would think that now the next match, because we got 2 girls matches in a row in the death slot, Deonna Purrazzo against Madison Rayne. And one would think that, well, then maybe Deonna's going to do Tony's thing or something like that or whatever. But we don't know really what was going to exactly happen.
Yeah, she showed Tony. She said, you want to do my thing? Look what I could do.
Well,
this is your future.
This started, and we'd already had the other girl, by the way, with Toni Storm. I mean, I know they can't just beat all their regular girls. They need to have some come in, but how in the world did this pass quality check? This girl looked like she was second week in wrestling school. So
for the record, her name, Toni Storm's opponent, was Cindy Winnell.
I'm betting she's going to change it if she spends any more time in this business. But anyway, now this the second girls' match goes through the break. And when they came back from the break, I started watching because they were lost. And Madison Rayne, she was in TNA for a while when I was there with the Beautiful People or whatever the case. She's been in the business for a while. I believe they've hired her as one of the trainers. And
a trainer, a coach, an agent, one of those.
Coach, agent, yeah. Whatever for the young ladies. And she's been known to have good matches, nice matches, and Deonna Purrazzo is well thought of from what we understand, having good matches. They were lost. They couldn't get it. They had a double knockout and started talking to each other when they were down, trying to get it back together. But when they got up, I'm wondering if maybe somebody's bell hadn't got rung already, because it was like they were somaed. They were doing swing dancing in slow motion. And then finally, Deonna goes for, I don't know what they call it, or, whatever, but where you grab the other person and you fall backward and face plant them. Or at least that's what it looked like she was trying to give Madison Rayne, because when that happened, Madison Rayne somehow believed in her heart of hearts that whatever she was being given, she had to take a front flip for. And between one planning to plant her on her face and the other one thinking she's going to do a front flip and land on her back, she landed right on the top of her head. And the crowd went, ooh, and the referee instantly slid in there, and the doctor got up and came to the ring like, this is all happening very quickly, and there was some communication passed, and suddenly Deonna Purrazzo just grabs Madison Rayne's foot and puts an ankle lock on her, and Madison Rayne taps. And that was that. And I mean, it's not like that was an unfortunate accident on a match that was just going swimmingly, because they were already having just not a good match. But that had to, if you played that tape and said, and unfortunately Madison Rayne never wrestled again, you would believe it, right?
Yeah. And it was in front of a dead crowd. The crowd doesn't react to these women's segments. They may react to the pinfall finally, but they sit there and watch politely like it's Tokyo in 1972. And I always go on about the problems at AEW's women's division, which is always awful. This is one of the leaders, you would think of it. They hired her when there were issues with the women's division. Come in the back, help out. Be someone that can help with finishes or help with moves or whatever. And she almost died in the ring. They dropped her on her head. And Deonna Purrazzo is supposed to be one of the better ones. The match was terrible. This whole division is terrible. And now they're going to double down on it, bringing in Mercedes Moné. We'll see. I mean, unless they could just change the division wholesale and make it a whole new thing.
Well, now hold on a second, because they weren't even done here, because after they got the spatula and removed poor Madison Rayne, Toni Storm hit the ring because they still had an angle to do. and Tony Storm hits the ring and ankle locks Deonna Purrazzo. And I'm thinking, my God, Punk versus MJF didn't get this kind of promotion on the television as this sudden blood feud between Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo. And then they replayed the botch where Madison Rayne was almost fucking decapitated as the sponsored move of the night. Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I was grateful for that because I didn't have to rewind it in real time to see it because I had to see it again. So I was happy they did that.
But who's going to sponsor that? The goddamn pain clinic? The fucking spinal fucking clinic that does the goddamn surgeries and fuses your spine to your goddamn sphincter?
Here's the Chris Nowinski move of the night.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Right.
If you think he may be offended by that, don't worry. We'll just give him money. That seems to placate him.
Oh, that's being slandered around about poor Nowinski. For heaven's sake.
What,
we don't know.
He won't say boo about the people who pay him? That?
We don't know the veracity of this yet.
Oh, okay. No, we don't.
Besides, what can you expect from a guy that got brain damage?
It's just a rumor. I know that because I just started it.
Well, so